This is Global Missing Persons Internet Interpol Yellow Notice number 21-22733. I apologize for the cracked screen. I'm working from about 5 different devices, and this was the only one that I had enough of a charge and enough space left on, because all of the devices are filled with numerous devastating, damaging videos of you American people and your exposed and exploited identities, which are going to be exposed and exploited over time as I decide to release them. According to what goes on inside of here, what is important for you to know is I'm not in here alone. I am in that electromagnetic box that you have seen me post on Facebook. And I am here with many, many DARPA satellite human trafficking psychological terrorists, okay? And we are in constant communication at all times, okay? So that's what depends on what happens. And so this retaliatory psyop, okay, step 2. Step 1 was the video posted about midnight last night when this terrorist attack that I am now over 12 hours into, blasting my skull with America's weapons, electromagnetic weapons of mass destruction. DARPA, okay, has been blasting my skull, okay, confirming to me how damaging and how bad that video is, which is why I will be serving it up overkill style, posting it over and over and over and over again. So here we go. Have fun. If I can get it start. Okay. We got a lot of cyber terrorism going on here. Ray Steele, CIA, Macomb County Corporate Counsel, Department of Defense. Kidnapping, paranoid, snitching culture, cult of Scientology. Okay, he's extremely paranoid, and he's operating all my devices remotely, including he called the APS lady remotely twice yesterday. Okay, so I will set this device down and try to get it to start. Okay. There's only one way to do this, because they're terrorists.
Permanent mission of the Kingdom of Bahrain to the United Nations. If you know 00 is not a valid extension, please try again. 00.
Key locked, folks.
Please stay on the line while your call is transferred to the operator.
There we go.
Is not available to take your call. Please leave a message.
Ray Steele's paranoia.
Press the pound key to end recording.
Yes, this is Global Missing Persons Alert, Interpol Yellow Notice number 21-22733. And it is 5:46 p.m. Sunday afternoon. And this is the first time I've even looked at a clock and processed the time today. I have been under heavy terrorist attack since midnight. Ray Steele, CIA, Department of Defense, who is with Macomb County Corporate Counsel, CIA, Macomb County Corporate Counsel, and the U.S. Army, contracted with private corporate military contracted KMG Prestige, who is extremely paranoid. And this is in retaliation for that APS, that Wayne County APS video, that call that I exploited. And boy, you know, I found out that it's a much bigger deal than I thought it was, and based on this confirmation that's been blasting my skull wide open since midnight last night, okay, I will be exploiting it widely. Matter of fact, I have come to learn that it is way too good not to make a main post out of, and it is way too good not to include an additional video of myself giving all the details, okay, that haven't been mentioned yet. And I've learned, it's not going to be 8 hours like the last one was, because there's a huge mental illness epidemic in the United States of America, and there are very few people who are not mentally ill and who are not drugged up on psychotropic drugs, and they are not able to sit still and function and focus and concentrate on anything very long. So, but anyways, I'm going to blow this up. It's the same way they've been blowing my skull up for more than 12 hours since midnight last night. Both of my ears are plugged as if on an airplane. They are, the back of my brain stem in the top of my skull, it feels like my brain is just pulsing in my head, pounding on the walls and the roof of my skull. And like I said, this is in retaliation for that video call I posted last night with that Wayne County APS agent. And that's going to be widely exploited in that 300. Who all is left out of a no longer 338 million population in America, okay, because they've been on a huge kidnapping and killing spree for the last 6 years, and people are dropping dead like flies, like 17,000 or more a day that are not even like reported, that are hidden, and they are like, people are disappearing like crazy, and they're killing people off. It's mass genocide, and it's all being secretly and quietly done, and the American public is too dumbed down and drugged up to even know or give a fuck, because they're hybrids anyways. They're hybrid mutts, okay? So, those who are left of a 338 million American population, their children and their grandchildren are going to pay for this, which really serves my self-serving interests for my own agenda, okay? Because I'm not afraid to die. I am ready, I am willing, and I am prepared to die when my Lord, who I am a servant here on this earth as, decides that my job here on earth is done. Then, hey, I'm out of here. And it will be me standing, blocking the door to paradise for all these disgusting, trifling human all these modern American Muslims, okay? All these targeting, kidnapping, trafficking, murdering Muslim terrorists, these Rand Foundation Muslims, America's modern Muslim community. Is that what they're called? The American modern Muslims. Okay, that's your Islamic terrorism right there. Okay. I will be blocking their door to paradise. These Muslims in America have done the most disgusting, most horrific things to me. Okay, to me and my missing daughter. Okay, these are not real Muslims. They're not. And if they were real Muslims, the ones who are here in the United States by their own God-given free will choice would not be here, and I'm going to be laughing on the day of judgment when they have to answer for that. So, but they have their excuses to justify it and make everything all right. Kind of like you, the Kingdom of Bahrain. I'm sure you have your excuses to justify your funding America's health care. Okay, you fund the health care for Americans, you Shia Muslims of the Kingdom of Bahrain. You fund America's health care, which is really organ trafficking. And but I'm sure you have a good way of explaining that as the good Muslims that you think that you are. So anyways, I'm going to be making this every bit as bad as I can. And I'm going to, when I can get this, I have a heating pad. I have a double-size, extra-long heating pad on high heat wrapped around my head right now. And I have it secured under a hood, tied tightly around it, and with a hat on top of that. And I'm laying on the hardwood floor, just trying to get trying to get my skull to stop bursting, while my brain to quit bursting wide open inside of my skull. And once I have accomplished that, and I will, then I will eat and I will have a bath, and I will get my shit together, and I may or may not need a few hours of sleep, and then guess what? It's back to work. I'm going after whoever is left out of a no longer 338 million American population, their children and their grandchildren, who are going to pay the consequences for this. America's children will never, ever, ever have a chance in this lifetime. None of these kids growing up in America right now, none of them are going to have a good life, and they're not going to have a very long life. They're going to die in their own filth and diseases of poverty and starvation and exploitation. That's the ruins I am leaving them in, and I'm driving it on overkill. I'm gonna work the hell out of this terrorist attack, and I'm gonna make this whole fucking psyop, this whole past 2 week psyop, which this recorded Wayne County APS call is part of. Okay, I'm gonna blow it right out of the fucking water, and I'm gonna turn it in to the to threat to U.S. national security, public safety, and human life that it is. Okay, and 338 million Americans, their children, and their grandchildren are gonna have to pay for that. Okay, this is the end of America. I'm stripping you people of your rights under international law for being a terrorist corporation that wages war on their own people. Okay, and this is the end of America. Okay, and I am going to drive this human trafficking terrorist operation. I'm going to drive the hell out of it, and I'm going to bring that Gaza war right here to American soil. God is great. God is great. Alhamdulillah, I am so thankful and I am so grateful to Allah Almighty for choosing me at this time and this place to come here to this dunya as a human trafficked, hostage, slave, and victim of terrorism to the United States of America. Oh, I am so favored and so blessed by my Lord. I am so favored and so blessed. The power and the control that this gives me over these disgusting lower life form species of humanoid fucking hybrid mutts that they are. Oh, I'm gonna tell you what. I am so favored and I am so blessed that my Lord did not curse me with an unimportant, worthless, meaningless, useless, humdrum, boring life like what they live. I am so grateful I'm not one of them. I am everything these people are not, and they are everything that I am not. With all their disgusting, genetically engineered genetic diseases, disorders, and disabilities, and it's gross, man. It's just gross. The ones with 3 heads are hidden underground somewhere. Okay? You think the ones on the surface that you can see are fucked up and fucking weird looking. Okay, like some kind of a fucking monster out of a comic book. Okay? You should see what they got underground. Have a good night. Yep, America, you people are not smart people. I'm gonna drive the fuck out of this. So, this is the first time you can see this device here is still on. I don't know if you can see in the dark here. Let me turn the light on. Okay, see, this is Macomb County. Race deals very nice. I'm operating from numerous devices here, and if need be, I do have more I can pull out. And right here under the bed, I got a whole box of more, along with 5 laptops I can pull out at any time. Okay, so this is the first time I've been able to even get a charge on this phone here. Okay, now, in days, while on the charger, this is the first time, but as you can see when I was making the call, it's key logged. Okay, well, let's see. Oh yeah, see on the charger it's still only 83% and it's still another 3 hours and 23 minutes until it's charged. And the second it's taken off the charger, it will rapidly be drained within minutes. And as I showed you, it is key logged and calls are being intercepted. Okay, here is another main line. Okay. Yeah, can't use this. They've been locking the screen up since yesterday. And this one also drains, so you can see it's on the charger. They also remotely drain this to 0. Let me see. We're going to wait. Let's see if we can even access the settings. I'm going to show you how stupid these people are, how stupid, how paranoid these dumb Americans are. Okay. See, things won't open up and stuff. Been doing this on this line since yesterday. See? It's called cyber terrorism, folks. The CIA Department of Defense. See the cyber terrorism there? See, it's all operating itself, okay? So on the charger, it's at 20%. It's discharging, okay, on the charger. Okay? I got the device I'm operating on now that I'm talking on, recording.